Okay, I have a little 14 karat gold unicorn here, and I have 3 detectors. I have the Simplex, the Deus, and the Minelab, each with the small coils on them. The smallest coils you can get for these detectors, right? And I'm going to test this about 4 or 5 inches deep. I'll put it 4 inches deep. Make it a little bit easier for the detectors because this is a small piece of gold. It's 14 karat, it's fairly thin, and I'll just put it up there, and I'll sweep over the ground. Find some clean ground there. There's some clean ground right there. I'll put it on top, right there. Okay. Now I'll dig a hole here, right there. I'll put it at 4 inches. And it's probably gonna be really tough to get this one. Okay, just throw it right down there. Oops, I don't want to throw the string there. Just throw it down there. It's flat. It's pretty much flat. Okay. Now I'll start in the hot program. I'm in the hot program right now, and my ground balance is way off. I'm not even getting a reading yet. Come on. 78. Wow, it's really low. 80. I'll just go down to 82. That's usually what my soil's right around 82. It's super jumpy. I'm not getting any straight lines on there, right? And I'm in 74 kilohertz frequency and hot. But I would still dig that out all day long. That target right there is going to come out. If I hear that target with any of my metal detectors, I am digging that out because it sounds deep and it sounds nice, man. Now I'll go to Deus fast mode, which this hot program is based on. Let's go over to Deus fast. Right here. It's reading up really high. It's reading up nice and smooth, right? Nice and smooth. It's about 4 inches deep, I would say. About 4.5 inches deep. And now I'll go down to 14 kilohertz frequency, and actually I'll show you the difference between, in Deus fast mode, I'll show you the difference between frequencies. Makes a huge difference. Here's 31 kilohertz. Barely hitting it. It's actually doing pretty good there, but it's not a repeatable signal all the way around, you know. Now I'll go to 14 kilohertz. Probably won't even hit it here. Nope. Just barely a whisper. I probably wouldn't dig that one out. Actually, I might dig that one out. If I was digging up a lot of pull tabs, I would dig that one out. So frequency has a lot to do with it, right? And I'll go with the Simplex. Just turn this machine on, and it's right there. Spark 1, ground bounce here, 72. Super jumpy. 80s, 70s, 20s, 04, just super jumpy all over the place, right? I can go in field mode here, see if it'll hit it a little bit better. Probably just spank it out. It's hitting it really good at that angle right there. But it is an odd shaped piece of gold too, so when you have odd shaped pieces of gold, you're going to get a lot of lower bumps in that. They almost sound like iron. Gold sounds like iron because it's a lower conductor, just like iron nails, right? Now here's perk 1. See, I'm getting a high tone. Sounds just like a nail. sounds just like a nail, right? And it's giving me the same numbers as foil, right? It's giving me the same numbers as foil gives you. It gives you high numbers and low tones, and high tones and low numbers. It's just jumpy all over the place, right? Because it's a lower frequency machine. It's harder to lock onto that if you have a lower frequency machine trying to hit those lower conductive targets. Now watch the Equinox, man. This is where the Equinox shines, man, at these lower conductive targets. With this 6-inch coil, it can go deep. I don't know if it'll go deep with the lower conductive targets, but I dig some deep foil here with this coil. Right out of the box, right? I'll noise cancel it. Oops, I just went too far. Do this before it starts getting dark and pouring down rain. My Deus gets all wet. Okay, now, the multi-frequency is such a great thing to have because it really stabilizes the machine here. This is this is field 1, right? Field 1, I don't use this machine in field 1, or I don't use this coil in field 1 because it makes the targets extremely difficult to pinpoint. I don't have this small coil on here to go deep, right? So why would I want to set the machine up to go deep? This coil can go deep as I want to. I don't want to be digging up 14-inch targets with this coil because it won't do it. I'll just be digging up nails. This Equinox is prone to digging deep nails. If you're gonna try to really extend the depth of this coil, you're gonna get a lot more junk, right? This coil is intended to be the most efficient at 6 inches because it's a 6-inch coil. But I have hit a lot of 8-inch deep coins, a lot of 8-inch deep targets with this coil here. But they were jumpy. They were just really, really jumpy signals. No, that's why I always have it in park mode. Park mode is perfect for this size of coil here, and you can get a lot of jewelry. This thing is a jewelry magnet. I'll go to park 1, turn my iron on. Solid 2, 3, it's really jumpy actually. This is multi-frequency. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 5. You know, it's gonna sound like a nail a little bit because it's an odd shaped piece of gold, right? Now I'll go and change the frequency to 4 kilohertz. I'm not gonna hit it. It's a high tone. It's banging it. So, solid 3940. That's really surprising. That's, you know, I haven't really hunted with this machine in 4 kilohertz because it really drains the battery fast. But that is super surprising, man. It's reading up like iron, like deep iron, right? 39. You know, I have my gain all the way up, so I'll drop it down a little bit. That is a dig me target all day long. And with that ring that I just tested, that 14 karat gold ring, it was not doing that. This small flat piece of gold is reading up high, man, in 4 kilohertz. I'll go to 5 kilohertz. It's reading up really high, jumpy. In park 1, right? Sounds like junk, man. It's very difficult to pinpoint. It sounds like a nail. Sounds like a nail, right? Sounds just like a nail. 10 kilohertz. It's giving me a bunch of high tones and low negative numbers. Where's the thing at anyway? It's right there. It's really hard to pinpoint this target here with the Equinox, just for some reason. 15 kilohertz, not doing very good. I may dig that one up, but probably not. Nope, just not performing very well on this target here. That's why I test, right? 40 kilohertz, right here. It likes 40 kilohertz, and it likes multi-frequency right here. Nice and stable, number 2 or 2 and 3. It's bouncing between 2 and 3, sometimes 5. But the multi-frequency running at the same time, man, it's just really, really awesome to have the Equinox for that reason, to get gold, man. The Simplex does really good in the field mode, but you dig a lot of foil, man. The foil signals that you would normally pass up. And I do tend to pass up a lot of foil signals with the Simplex, because the Simplex, it's very difficult to pinpoint those foil targets. And with the Deus really shined here too, because I can put it in different frequencies. You know, I can change the frequencies. So all three machines did very well on that very difficult target. You know, that's a pretty tough target for most machines. But I have three of the best machines ever made here, really for all around use. Sure, the Deus isn't really waterproof, and it's hard to operate it in adverse conditions. You know, when it's raining out, it's really tough to dial it in through this pouch here. But I want to get a silicone sleeve for it. I do have one ordered with my coil here. It should be in the next couple weeks. But I'm gonna pick up my rings, or pick up my ring and my other piece of gold here, so I don't lose them, because it's starting to get dark here in a couple minutes. So right there, I got that, and I got that. Okay, well, you know, multi-frequencies, man. Let me explain this one more time. Multi-frequencies is the way to go, man. The Simplex performs extremely well just for a single frequency machine, and it's pretty low frequency for hitting that target right there. And my other machines, you know, they struggle in my soil here. And I've just been figuring out that this last year. The Simplex struggles in my soil because there's a lot of red soil, red clay, very mineralized. You guys saw that. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but the Deus was ground balancing at 82 or 80, and the Simplex was ground balancing at 72. So my soil's pretty hot. That's why I struggle sometimes with, like with my pinpointer and the Simplex, because the ground conditions change so much in my soil here. Some areas are hot, some areas are not. You know, it could be different 10 feet away from me, and it is different 10 feet away from me. I know the strip pretty well right here where I'm doing my test at. But if you could test out machines like this, you know, get some finds that you got and bury them to a depth, and push your machine to the max. That's what I do. That's why I can get so many targets out, because I've tested and tested and tested machines, man. If I'm not detecting, I'm testing my machines out. I just want to push them to the max, so when I get them out to the field, I know what it can do. I know what settings to use. Test gardens have their purpose, right? But they're not reality. And that's why I dig everything. That target right there, I probably would have dug that target up with my Simplex in field mode, but I don't have it in field mode all the time. In park mode or in park 1, it wasn't hitting it very good. The Deus was hitting it really good. The Deus, it's really good at pinpointing. The Equinox, I knew it would perform very well on this lower conductive target, because it can pinpoint very well with that small coil on it, and I can get that target out really fast because I have the small coil on it. That's why I use small coils, because I can pinpoint the target much easier, and I can determine the depth a lot easier, and I'm not swinging around a big satellite all day long, you know. And most of the gold, most of the rings, most of the silver that I've found in my soil is within 6 inches deep. And all three of those coils perform very, very well at 6 inches deep. Anything more than that, you know, you start getting jumpy tones, you start getting jumpy numbers, you start digging up a lot more junk, you know, a lot more of those rusty nails. And I have noticed that the Equinox tends to get a lot more deep junk, like those square nails, man. The Equinox is just horrible about that. You know, I just get so many square nails with the Equinox. It's just unreal, man. And they sound really good. You know, I've tried all the different modes, and of course the field modes really like those iron nails, man. If you have an Equinox, you could probably agree with me, man. Those nails are just killers, man, in field mode. That's why I usually have my Equinox in park mode, because you can really pinpoint that target a lot better. And if it's off your pinpoint, it's going to be iron. With the Simplex, it's just a deep-seeking machine. You know, it doesn't really matter that it's low frequency. It just can go so deep. So I think, you know, that the Deus, I've dug up very few deep nails with this machine, because they're just so evident, man. It just knows that it's iron. It just knows that it's iron, man. Just for some reason, this elliptical coil, this high frequency elliptical coil, can really get through those nails and just reject them. It doesn't reject them. I just know the shape of it, especially in hot mode. The hot mode is really, you can tell the shape and the depth a lot easier than most of my detectors. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.